Okay, hey, welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. I'm Jacob Letman. A big shout out to our 35,000 subscribers on the channel. Woo! 35,000! I'd like to have that in my bank account, but I don't. Anyway, hey, congratulations to you guys for being subscribers to our channel. We're happy to have you all here. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're happy to have you here as well. Feel free to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. We're bringing you all the updated information that has everything to do with the rideshare community, which as far as driving goes is at an all-time low right now with everything that's going on in the world. But that totally shifts our focus on the channel to dealing with how do we get money in the pockets of all of our subscribers and viewers out there that need it, that are struggling right now. And this video right now, this is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. I received in the mail, as you can see, I received my correspondence from the Unemployment Insurance Office. That's the exciting part. The rest of it's just really confusing. So, anyway, I know there's a lot of people, right? A lot of reviewers are like, you guys are repeating the same things in the same videos. Well, first of all, we do that because we need to make sure that all of our viewers are getting that information. And people go to one video at a time and have questions. And so anyway, if you don't find the answer that you're looking for in one of our videos, check out the other ones. Most likely someone has covered it on the channel. And right now, as far as I know, I'm the first one to get any correspondence back from the unemployment office. And so we're going to talk about it a little bit and what it means and what I do from here. And I will say this, I initially have been denied. That's initially what has happened. I was denied my unemployment insurance benefit application. So let's talk through it, what happened and what forms I got. So first of all, if you have already filled out your online application for unemployment insurance benefits, you will know that there are a few confusing questions. Some of it's straightforward, some of it is not. So at first, right, it asks for your name, social security number, address, stuff of that nature. There's a box that'll ask you if you're self-employed. You want to click that because we are. And after that, it will ask for your last employer information. And that was a question that a lot of us got hung up on. Do we put our last actual employer that we worked for, like as a W-2 employee, which for me was almost 4 years ago, or are we putting ourselves, because we're self-employed, do we put self-employed? And I'm still, to be honest with you, I'm still not 100% certain on the answer. I'm making another video that I'll get more into that topic on because I have new insight. Still not certain. So how did I fill it out? Well, I put self-employed as, or actually I put employer Jacob Letman because I'm a sole proprietorship is what it's called, right? When you work for yourself. A sole proprietorship is you and your business are one and the same, right? So your profits, your expenses, your taxes, you are a business, but you're also your employee, so that's how a sole proprietorship works. Also the same as being self-employed. So, and then under that, it'll ask for occupation, which for me, because I make enough income with both acting and with golf instruction, I put those two because that's the biggest chunk of my income. Rideshare driving, also a big chunk, but not as big. Anyway, it's all the same if you're self-employed though. So I did that and I really wasn't sure if that was correct or if they wanted my last employer from 4 years ago that was in a different state. So here's the correspondence that I received back in the mail. The first was to me, Jacob Letman, as an employee, which we'll throw that up on the screen, but here it is. And this is basically an explanation of why I was denied. And it says original determination is that they tried to look up my employer, myself, and saw that well, I don't know what they found exactly, but basically they sent this back and it said, you do not qualify because you have no base period wages. So basically all these empty boxes is showing that I don't have any wages that they can confirm with Jacob Letman, the employer, because I'm not technically a true employer. I'm a self-employed, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, so I got this back, and on the back, it says a whole bunch of stuff, right? And one of those things is a wage protest. File a wage protest if wages have been omitted or are listed incorrectly or were not earned by you. I can fill out online or by contacting the unemployment insurance office, which I tried to do today because I received this last night. The queue, 4 hours long. 4 hours. Forever. So I wasn't able to do that. Actually, it wouldn't even let me sit in queue because it said the queue was full. It was over 4 hours long. So tomorrow morning, I'm getting up early. I'm going to call first thing in the morning. I have a whole bunch of questions that are going to help you guys out, help me out, and hopefully I can get through and get those questions answered and create a new video for you. Anyway, so that was that was one letter that I got to me as the employee. Now, I got this letter to me as the employer. And this basically says that Jacob Letman claimed that you were his last employer. His last day of work was, I put 3/24. That was the last day that I worked an acting job. Laid off that day, and then it basically asked me as the employer to confirm that I was indeed laid off. And on the back, it asks for if I was paid as an employee. I know this kind of gets confusing, right? Jacob Letman, the employer, Jacob Letman, the employee. It was asking if Jacob Letman, the employee, received any benefits as far as vacation, holiday, sick, severance. And so I put $0 in all of those spots. And then provide detailed separation or eligibility information in the space below. Provide the details of the final incident that caused separation. So in this box, this is where I decided to put, I'm self-employed as an actor and golf instructor. Due to the rise of the sickness that's going on in the United States right now, all of my scheduled jobs have been canceled. There is also no available work in my fields for the foreseeable future. And then I signed, dated, it asked for my name, the title, my title, so I put owner, and then in parentheses I put self-employed. And so I'm going to send this back in as the employer, and then as far as I can tell, as the employee, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on that wage protest online. Now, again, I'm not really certain if I'm doing this correctly. I'm just winging it because I can't get in contact with anyone. I got on the state unemployment insurance benefits website again today, and I was reading through there. There's no real updates. In fact, it actually says on there that our customer service representatives have no new information regarding the CARES Act as of yet. It says that they're still reviewing the CARES Act that was passed into law, and the CARES Act is what expands unemployment insurance benefits to include self-employed people to be able to apply. Now, the reason why I think this is very important to go over this is because I know there are viewers out there that already did apply as well, probably received similar paperwork, and it's a little bit like, oh, at first, because it's like you were denied, right? And I think, I'm not certain, but the best I can tell what's going on is that they're trying to determine if self-employed people can first be covered under unemployment insurance benefits by their previous employer, because if so, then that previous employer has to pay to cover that person. If not, then guess what? That's just coming out of the state taxpayers' pockets, right? If you're a self-employed person, as a self-employed person, you don't pay into unemployment insurance. You don't pay into that program at all. So these are all the things that are being discussed, right? This is where the laws are murky, and this is what the state offices are working on. Now, we also just saw, geez, I forget, something like 19 million unemployment insurance applications have been processed in the last 2 weeks. It's crazy. Or I should say submitted. Definitely not processed yet. So they're overwhelmed. They're working like crazy. I really feel for those people, but I feel for us as well because these benefits are really important to us. So I'm curious, have you, first of all, have you applied for unemployment insurance benefits through the state website? If so, where are you at in the process? Did you receive anything back? Did you get cleared as a self-employed person? Do you have any more insight as being a self-employed person on what the process is like? Or did you get a "you're denied" claim paperwork in the mail back? Very curious, right? We're all just going at this as we go. So anyway, let's see. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to send in the paperwork, me as the employer. I'll send that back in with what I wrote on there. And then I'm going to work on the wage protest. Now, the tricky thing with the wage protest is looking at this. They want, at least for the state of Arizona, it's probably different in other states, but for here they want Q4. They want to know what I made, what my wages were from Q4 of 2018, Q1, 2, and 3 of 2019. And then it looks like total wages that I made as well. So if I'm trying to avoid having to do that because, excuse me, that's going to take over 3.5 years of wages that I have to go through. I got to go back through my taxes, and then I got to figure out my quarter breakdowns, which fortunately I use QuickBooks Self-Employed, which I keep track of everything in there, and it should keep track of these quarters, but it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to go through and do this. And I don't even know if it's necessary. So before I do that, I'm going to try and get in touch with the unemployment insurance office and see if they can give me more insight onto what I should do about all of this. So that's where everything's at. I'm sure some of you are going to have some questions in regards to this. If so, jump down to the comment section below. Get at me. Let me know your comments, your feedback, and let me know where you're at in the process with filing for unemployment insurance benefits. All right, you guys, I'm Jacob Letman. This is Rideshare Hub. We're working on this together, trying to get everybody, all of our rideshare drivers, those unemployment insurance benefits. And until the next time, stay safe out there.